With you each and every game, and certainly Bridges one to watch. DA thanks. Looking at the starting five for the Phoenix Suns. Up and forward, they'll have Bridges and Crowder. The star backcourt of Paul and Booker are out there, and it's Ayton in at the 5. And for the Wizards, the pairing up front, Hachimura and Bryant. Beal and Avdia sharing wing duty, and it's Dinwiddie in at the point. And so it's Hachimura who brings up the ball for the Washington Wizards.
And with Chris Paul, he makes this team work, gets the most out of his teammates, and has done that wherever he's played.
Now here's Beal. Here's Avdia. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Crowder with it. Now Beal defending. Yep, it counts. As you said, Paul's teams often overachieve in the standings.
People still underestimate his impact. Sets up and improves his guys as well as anyone, and he's the engine to this whole operation.
Suns on offense. 4-point game. And here's Booker from the arc. Trains it from beyond the arc.
Great awareness being shown by Crowder. Spotted the open man and made a fantastic dish.
And stolen by Ayton. Here's Crowder. And Crowder drives it in.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Oh, yeah, bang, bang. An impressive sequence that has them fired up. On defense, they just took that possession off. I mean, they get away with it that time. They're going to show some more aggression.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
They decided to pound the ball inside, using their physicality to set the tone.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington.
And, you know, Booker might have been a volume shooter, at least early in his career, but now he's a legit #1 option for an offense.
Avdia.
Forgotten the yokai. The angry spirits, the legends say, that once destroyed the world. You had forgotten the demon hunters and their war waged in silent woods, on freezing peaks and misty shores.
Welcome to what I believe precisely. Your world, yes.
What the? Something so silence. Just perfect.
You do not sound.
Yeah.
A generation ago, we fled the crumbling British Empire as the world surround us. I held
Sao mình lại ở ngoài này?
Let's get to work. Ooh. I could destroy Lexbots all day. Take that, you hunk of junk. Man. Time for action.
Doctor.奴らを懲らしめてやる。
次は私の番。怒ったよ。私やりました。
次のターゲットはドイツだ。そこだ。
He looks like a good place to start. Previously on The Walking Dead. What's your name?
I'm Clementine.
You've been all by yourself through this?
I know who you are, and I know you're a killer. It's how the world works now!
Lee, are those bad people dead? Hello? Oh, gross. What's that? Phew. Good, no one's here. Guess it's safe to get cleaned up. Please have water. Figures. Better. Oh, shoot. Ew.
is a dead virus bomb! I'm up to my elbows in these wretched bombs!
David, hey! Hey, David, I had to leave my car. Traffic's it's backed up for miles.
He's dead.
No! I tried!
You're a piece of shit. You know that? One time. Just the one goddamn time that you needed to be here.
Come on, please! Please don't do that!
Tell me when it reaches the campfire.
I think we should probably get going.
We will. I just need to know how fast they're moving.
Damn it. I left my water bottle. Herd just got there.
Just under 4 hours. Come on. We should keep moving while the kids are asleep.
Yeah.
Looks like the herd is speeding up a little. I thought it was drifting southwest, but I'm not sure anymore. Every time I think we should just bed down somewhere and wait for it to pass, I can't shake the thought of us getting caught in the middle of it.
As if.
Oh well, my mistake. Your bag looks pretty bulky. What have you got in there?
Why do you need to know?
You brought your notebook, didn't you? Casey.
I'm a journalist.
For your high school paper.
I'm writing an article. I don't get why it's such a big deal.
It's a distraction. You've always got your nose in that thing. Casey, look, I need your cooperation. Your help today. Each of the patients' rooms and spend some time with them. Oh, Lily, did you find a spare fob-watch?
Yeah, I think so. It's here somewhere.
See if the patients need anything. But otherwise, just give them a bit of company. Got that?
Yeah.
Found it.
Great. All right. Catch you later, Case.
Bye, Mum.
Okay, here you go. You can use it to keep track of the time. A lot goes on in a hospital. You can't be everywhere at once. I'll be busy today, so you're going to have to choose how you spend your own time.
What should I do now?
Mrs. Vaughan's room is just down the hall. That's a good place to start. She's really friendly. If I'm not off doing something, I'm usually just here. So head back anytime you need help.
Yeah, Max. It's hard to stay mad at the guy.
Witness Sam and Max with my unstoppable dreadnought, my shaven queen at my side, and the power trapped in the Fuzzy One's brain. I will destroy your pitiful planet and then dominate the entire galaxy.
Totally ruin the moment.
Wait, which one of us is the fuzzy one?
It's a familiar tale. A power-mad space gorilla pitted against a canine detective and a sociopathic bunny with psychic powers. But, my friends, this story is different. In this story, you are in control. Only you can release our heroes from General Skunkape's bizarre space zoo. Only you can guide them in their quest to bring the villain to space justice. Are you ready? Let's begin by finding the proper tool.
If I could just reach my gun, we could administer an old-school freelance police-style beatdown to that guy.
I can't wait to get my stinking paws on that damn dirty ape!
Simmer down, Max. Check out Stinky's cell phone. We're gonna need that and your creepy new brain powers to get out of this cage. Simmer down, Max. Check out Stinky's cell phone. We're gonna need that and your creepy new brain powers to get out of this cage. Simmer down, Max. Check out Stinky's cell phone. We're gonna need that and your creepy new brain powers to get out of this cage.
Need help?
Ready.
environment and memorize it well. You will traverse alternate versions of the respective environment subsequently. Your task today is to spot any deviations. If you're confident that the environment contains an anomaly, use your device to report it. Pay close attention. An eye for detail is important, and that should cover everything. Have a nice shift.
Welcome! Oh, is this your first time playing? Wonderful. Since you're new to the game, I'll give you a simple
Hey there! This. Alright, let's start your first mission. Just follow the guide for now. I've done this one before, so take your time.
Says it wasn't him. Crying and snotting all over right where you're sitting.
Officers are available for incoming 212.
Then before long, he starts kicking the back of the seat like a fussy baby on an airplane. And I tell him he's got to stop, that that's government property, and I'll be forced to zap him otherwise. So he stops, and having exhausted all his options, he starts crying out for his mama. Mama, it's all a big mistake. It wasn't me.
Maybe he was innocent.
Innocent? They caught the fucker red-handed, stabbing his wife, cutting her up as the boys came through the door. He sits in my car screaming bloody murder that it wasn't him. I think he actually believed it himself. It goes to show, people will up and go mad when they believe their life is over. I got another good one for you. This one's a little bit less depressing and a bit more hilarious, if I do say so. This other time...
Oh, shit. Thirsty. Ah! Fuck! My leg.
What you doing there, goofball?
Pretending we got bullets.
Well, don't. It's getting on my nerves.
I don't like goofball. I'm too big for it.
Huh, so I guess you're all grown up now.
Yep. Let me drive.
I'm not letting you drive. What's wrong? AJ?
Hungry.
Here, practice your reading.
But I don't wanna.
It'll take your mind off your stomach.
Preheat oven. Place cream, vanilla beans into a saucepan and bring to a boil.
On second thought, never mind. That's only gonna make you hungrier. Here you go.
Now is not the time. That's still recharging. My work is unfinished. A little bit longer. That's still recharging. Now is not the time.
off.
Ducks, this kind of deal is best done in the shadows.
Sure. But what's to stop the Senator from taking our prisoner and chucking us into a sky lane?
He needs to keep this quiet. That's right.
Sidestepping Inquisitors, one-upping Vader? The guy's playing a dangerous game.
So are we.
This district is locked down. Senator's orders.
This way. We're taking a detour.
These streets are now closed by order of Senator Sagan. Leave immediately, or you
He was trying to buy a crate of electroproton bombs from a Chagrin arms dealer.
How'd you make the arrest?
Jedi have to sleep, same as us.
When the Senator gets a hold of you, you'll wish you were dead.
Always nice to meet a fan.
This way, Jedi. Mind your business.
This is my business. The prisoner needs to be in mint condition.
The Senator requested I bring the prisoner to him alive. He is breathing, isn't he?
You'll burn for this. That's mine.
Stop the Jedi!
Come on.
What the? What did she do to me? Am I dead? This doesn't exactly look like purgatory. Where the hell am I?
Is anyone there?
Hello?
Thank goodness. I thought I would die here. Can you let me out of this bloody thing?
Yeah, but it won't open without a key.
Oh, that's just marvelous. This cuckoo bastard really meant it when he said he wanted to get rid of me. Can you get the key from him, pretty please? He should be somewhere near, working on this blasted machine of his.
I don't get any of it. Where am I? And what's going on?
You are new here, right? I have all the answers you need, and more importantly, I know how to get out of here. But you'll have to let me out first.
Fine. I'll get you out.
Yes, thank you. This lunatic should be somewhere around here. You'll easily recognize him. Look for a huge machine made out of junk, but be careful. He's nuts.
That guy definitely reminds me of someone.
Allow me to introduce you, though it might at first appear like many books. You may therefore have the story. In fact, it is in that without chapter normal. This nestled in far from his name. Dear reader, forgive me for this interlude. Remember that charm you found in the dandelion patch? There are more of those special charms to discover throughout Beacon Pines. They've been known to reveal themselves to those who are willing. Some of them can be found in this very house. Since Gran had moved in, the house was more peaceful, more orderly, and more covered in flowery fabric. Gran had already lit the fire. She kept a warm house, as if by grandmotherly obligation. An array of prepared meals crowded the refrigerator, each labeled with the day of the week. A pair of dull scissors, a broken can opener, a mostly empty bottle of glue, and some loose string.
busted, rusty old crank. I ought to blast you. Not a bad idea, actually. My charm will buy cooking up some mushrooms. How would you like mushroom soup for dinner?
Is it the same one you used to make when I was little? Because if it is, yes, please.
Lovely. You'll find plenty of mushrooms good for eating if you head up that mountain path a little.
Wait, we have to pick the mushrooms ourselves?
No, this isn't the city, honeybee. Besides, freshly picked mushrooms taste better.
Yeah, if they're not the kind that poison you.
You'll do just fine.
I'll do my best. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Well, if you wanted to get some new seeds in town, it might be a good time to stop by and see the mayor. Introduce yourself. He's at Town Hall, a big building in the center of town with a flag above the door. You can't miss it.
I'll take good care of you and this farm, Grandma.
I'm just so...
All right.
So Golden State will get the first possession. Now Golden State's starting five. A lethal shooting pair of Clay and KD out on the perimeter. Inside, we've got Draymond at the 4 and Pachulia to his side. And it's Curry in at the 1 spot.
And with the Warriors, their ability to score in bunches really is unmatched throughout the league. They'll be going along with the team, and all of a sudden they have that 20-point lead in like 3 minutes. It can happen so fast that I think at times the other teams are shell-shocked.
That's to Pachulia. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
Awesome look from Stephen Curry. Outstanding at distributing the basketball.
And talking about the Warriors and their ability to build a lead very quickly, the shooting they have, Greg, is a very big part of how they can just bury a team.
It is. Their shooting, especially from deep, but also their defense. One kind of feeds the other in terms of how they can steamroll teams and create that momentum. And only the special teams can put a game away with a 5-minute run, but this is one that has consistently done it over the last 3 years.
Thompson is one of the game's most deadly shooters from beyond the arc. Can't leave him open because he is just lethal.
The 76ers have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. David Aldridge had a chance to catch up with head coach Steve Kerr. Dave, what do you have to say?
Well, Kevin, what he doesn't want is station-to-station basketball. He said, we have to avoid bad habits and keep the ball moving. As long as we don't stand around like we're watching the paint dry, we can score. We'll see if the ball stays in motion tonight, Kevin. Back to you.
As always, DA, appreciate the good work. So, guys,
time to show you my moves.
Well,
Don't worry, your delivery's coming up.
No escaping for you.
Huxley, wake up.
You are tuned to the emergency FM frequency 196.30. This is a recorded message from the White House. The city was evacuated last night. I repeat, the city was completely evacuated last night. Anyone still present in the city is considered a threat as they have not respected the state of emergency. The city is now under the permanent control of the Army. Meteorites are an unknown and highly radioactive source of energy. God bless us, and the United States of America. You are tuned to the emergency FM frequency 196.30. This is a recorded message from the White House. The city was evacuated last night. I repeat, the city was completely evacuated last night. Anyone still present in the city is considered a threat as they have not respected the state of emergency. The city is now under the permanent control of the Army. Meteorites are an unknown and highly radioactive source of energy. God bless us, and the United States of America.